Let's talk about Harry Wong for a moment. Harry Wong is a fantastic author, a wonderful teacher, and a wonderful teacher of teachers. The things he has to say are fantastic. There's a link below. Click on the link. It'll take you to his website. If you are a first-year teacher, I strongly suggest, no, I insist, get his book, The First Days of School. You will have a group of teachers probably in your school who, when you mention Harry Wong, will roll their eyes. They'll say things like, well, that's great, but I don't teach in the school he teaches it. Look, there is no book out there that I know of that I've ever been able to pick up, read page by page, and then implement exactly the way it was written. No, you do have to tailor it to you and your school and your students. But let me tell you, the organization of those first days of school are crucial. Setting up those routines, procedures, and expectations are vital to your survival as a teacher, especially during that first year. It's vital every year, but to minimize the stress and difficulties you're going to face, I strongly recommend getting that book, The First Days of School by Harry Wong. Read it, write your script, write your first day script. What are you going to tell your students? My first day, it all is always now begun the same. I tape using blue painter's tape. I tape an area for my students to line up outside my classroom. I teach 9th graders, so they're coming from 8th grade. They're scared. They don't know what to expect in high school. They get their schedule and it says, go to room, wherever my room is, happens to be that year. And they go upstairs or they go where my room is and they find a box on the ground. And it looks like maybe a place to line up. Well, there are also signs along the wall there. Above that boxed area, and it says, Mr. George's class, line up here. And they do. Every year. They line up in that box. I do not let them in until about 5 minutes prior to class. Now, they're already roaming around the halls looking for their classes. They're anxious to get in there on that first day. I'll share more about how I get them seated later. But this sets up an expectation. Interesting thing about that line is I leave those signs up for the first 3 weeks of school, and I take the signs down, I remove the blue tape from the floor, and guess what my students do pretty much the rest of the year if I'm not already in the room? They simply line up and enter when I open the door in an orderly fashion. Very simple. I've never told them what to do. I don't tell them, this is what I expect you to do every morning. I just do it. And they follow. It's awesome. It's a great way to start the year. I encourage you to do something like that. You don't have to follow exactly what I'm telling you, but I do encourage you very, very strongly. Pick up a copy of that book, read it, and design your first days with purpose. Have a great one.